So Drake is getting ready to release this project in December, but he's referring to it as a playlist and not a mixtape or an album. So if you think it's already complicated to know the difference between a mixtape and an album, shit is about to get even more complicated if we're bringing playlist into the damn mix. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. But right now, we're just going to talk very briefly about these 4 tracks that Drake played recently on OVO Sound Radio. And it looks like these might be on this upcoming project of his called More Life. We'll have to wait and find out because it's dropping in December. But until then, I'm just going to go through these tracks very briefly. And you guys can let me know in the comments section how you felt about them. Because for the most part, I felt like these were just your very standard Drake tracks. You got the song Wanna Know, which is just him dropping on Dave's track called Wanna Know. And Dave is an R&B artist from UK. So with this one, you're just getting a very simple R&B sound. Although I did like it when Drake said that the only thing he wishes on his enemies is envy and jealousy. Because one thing I took from these songs is that Drake is all the way tired of the bullshit and people who are constantly getting at him. That's actually what the song Sneakin featuring 21 Savage is all about. And this one was alright because you get this haunting production from London on the track. So sonically I think it sounded alright. Although 21 Savage is just a very polarizing rapper right now because I think he's very dull. I don't think he has much in the way of wordplay. His flows aren't too crazy. I just can't get into him. But some people like him. So if you like 21 Savage, I'm sure you're going to like this song. And what I like about it is how Drake is just saying how sick and tired he is of people calling him out of his name and putting him in this weird position, because every other day it seems like someone is calling out Drake and trying to beef with him and get him to respond. And we all know Drake doesn't respond to everybody. He kind of picks and chooses depending on what's going on. But at the same time, he's out there working really hard. He probably doesn't have the time to respond to everybody, although, you know, kind of sounds like I'm making excuses for him, which I'm not. I'm just saying in some instances it might not be worth his time to respond to people. But thankfully, he does respond to some people on the song Two Birds, One Stone. This is just Drake in his element where he's dropping one verse over some very airy and ethereal production, and he does what he normally does when he comes through with one of these long verses. He just kind of covers all his bases. He got some bars about his family and about his come-up story, just how far he's come, and I really appreciate it when he gets at the people who hate on his new music and kind of say that they prefer his older stuff, because I'm definitely in that boat. I think a lot of people are with a lot of different artists that have been around for a long time, but his response is just, you know what, I'm a creative guy, I'm having fun, I'm making my music, and my numbers are ridiculous. And anytime you critique Drake, you'll always get some fans of his who come back to the numbers, and I understand that, because when I critique his music, I'm not suggesting I have the answers to what he needs to do, because this is Drake, man. He's like one of the biggest artists in the world. He knows exactly what he's doing. I just think musically he could maybe experiment a bit more and be better. I just don't think he's as good as these tracks are leading him on to be. I think he's better than what these tracks are, because these 4 tracks kind of just sound like some throwaways and some leftovers. But back to Two Birds, One Stone. On this one, he is taking some shots. He fires a shot at Kid Cudi when he says, you used to be the man on the moon and now you're just going through phases. And a lot of people on Twitter got upset with that because they said, how can you kick Cudi while he's down dealing with his depression? And I do get that, because depression, suicidal thoughts, and urges are a very serious issue. It's kind of lame to kick somebody when they're down. But Cudi did fire some shots at Drake before Drake got at him, and there's been much worse said in hip-hop beefs. Like, the same people complaining about this shit really didn't have anything to say about a lot of the other things we've heard rappers say in beefs, where they're bringing up family members and kids and killing people and all this awful shit. So I do understand what people are saying. It's kind of corny and lame to kick someone when they're already down, possibly at the lowest point in their life, but sometimes if you start beef, that's how this shit's gonna go. So, you know, I get both sides of that thing. But the other thing people are talking about is how he calls out these rappers who are always rapping about that dope boy shit, but probably ain't about that life. So he has a line on here where he says that you think you're El Chapo because you had a couple of chops. It's not exactly what he said, just kind of paraphrasing the idea behind what he said. And a lot of people are taking this as a shot at Pusha T and maybe even Meek Mill, who raps about that type of stuff once in a while. But obviously Pusha T and Drake have a history, and Pusha is always rapping about his dope dealing skills. He's a dope boy MC. That's just always what he's been known for. So it kind of seems like Drake is just tired of all the shit, like I said. Throughout these songs, he's really getting at people and calling them out, including on the last song to talk about very briefly, Fake Love. I thought this one was alright. It's kind of catchy, and the beat is cool, even though the beat does remind me quite a bit of Hotline Bling and Cha Cha, just as far as the percussion goes. But this just has Drake singing about people showing fake love to his face, and he's tired of it. So, you know, with these 4 songs, you're getting the typical content from Drake, that same kind of dull flow and dull voice. So if you're a hardcore Drake fan, I mean, this is more of the same, and you're gonna like it, but he's not really showing a lot of growth here. I don't think these tracks are bad, but I think Two Birds, One Stone is definitely the best. I'd give that one a 3.5 out of 5. I'd give Sneakin' and the One and No remix 2.5 out of 5. And Fake Love, I guess I could go with a 3 because it's kind of fun and catchy and just simple for what it is. So, you know, it's an alright track, I guess, but wasn't really blown away by any of this shit. But I do like that he's finally really hardening up and saying, you know what, stop calling me out my name, here's what I think. So now we got to see if Pusha T is going to respond, because that shit might get damn ugly, because we all know Pusha T actually took a couple shots on HGTV, which I reviewed, and you can check that review on my channel as well. But this is what I thought about these Drake tracks. You guys hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts. What do you think about them? Are you excited for a Drake project? If not, what would you like to hear from Drake? What do you think he needs to do to maybe not reinvent himself, but just come with some different sounds and maybe pique your interest once again? Because these songs, you know, for dropping 4 tracks, they're kind of meh. But like I said, hit me up in the comment section, let me know what you think. Make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter. Check out the new Facebook page, facebook.com/LukeJamesReviews. All kinds of content going on there. Might even see some new stuff that you're not going to see on this channel or on my Twitter. So, you know, give me a like, help me out. I'm trying to build it up, even though people don't even really mess with Facebook anymore. But you know how it is, man. Got to build up my channel and my brand just a little bit more. The FAQ video is on the way. Got that Dram review on the way. Joe Button review on the way. All kinds of shit is in the works, man. You know I work hard. So thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you next time.